So uh, let's talk about the echo command that I just demonstrated. So echo is used to show the values of the variables. To define a variable, we can define a variable here as well. So example, shift name equal to say Tony on my shell. And to display the value of variable, I can use echo dollar name. Now, you have to understand a few things about echo. Like uh, generally, when we print a string, there are two types of quotes that we use. Okay, mostly we use double quotes. So when we use a double quote, say echo, my name is dollar name, it will show the value of variable. But if we do this in single quotes, it will not interpret the value of variables. It will take it as a string, fixed string. This is something very important you should be knowing about echo command. Um, let's learn some more building blocks for our shell scripts, and these are some mathematical operations. So, for example, how do we add two numbers in a shell script or in a shell? We use a command for that. The command is expr. Expr command is used to add, subtract, divide numbers. It runs like something like that. Expr 1 plus 3, so answer will come. Expr say 4 minus 1. You can see it is very um, um, it is very sensitive to space and all those things. For example, this works, but this might not work here. Okay, so it has this very skeptical about spaces and all those things. So this is the format you have to be following. For example, if I want to divide, so expr 10 divided by say 5, answer will be 2. But if I say 10 divided by 4, answer is 2. Okay, it will not give you the answers in decimals. Okay. Multiplication. Now multiplication is a special case here. So because star is a special character, so if I have to multiply, I have to use say maybe 5, then backslash, star, and 3. If I give 5 star 3, it will fail. Okay, it's a syntax error. This is how I use it. Another one is finding the remainder. So for example, if I did a divide, right, 10 by 4, and it gave answer 2, but I found if I want to find what is the remainder, so it's percentage 4. So it will give me remainder. But these are some examples of EXPR. Okay, uh, just want to also add like something more about code. So I talked about so let's say I talked about double quote. I talked about single quote. Now there's something called backquote. Now backquote is if I'm substituting a command in another command, then I have to use backquotes. For example, let me use this echo sum of two numbers is um, let me go in a different way. Let's say sum equal to, so I want sorry, let me do this. Num1 equal to 10 and num2 equal to 20. So I want the sum of these two numbers. So how do I do it? I will use expr command here. So expr should dollar num1 plus dollar num2. Okay, so it says this is the output. Now I need to substitute this in a message. Okay, so to substitute this in a message, I want to first give this sum as a variable. So sum equal to expr. This won't work. Reason is I am substituting a command now. So exp is the command. To substitute the command, I have to use the third type of code called backcodes. Now, if I say echo sum, I'll find the sum of it. So this backcode is used when I substitute a command within another command or in a variable. Okay. So backcodes are used to substitute a command. Okay. Another important thing about shell scripts is to know the exit status of my previous command. Okay. So and for that we have a very special variable called echo dollar question mark. So when I say echo dollar question mark, it will give me status of previous command. Zero means the previous command was successful. Okay. So my previous command was echo dollar sum. Okay, which is a successful command. Even if I do last one, it is successful command. Let's go back and see when I gave this command. Okay, sorry, the erroring command. Yeah. So it says command not found. And when I say echo dollar question mark, I got a non-zero number 127. So echo dollar question mark is a special variable in echo which gives the value 0 if it was a successful command, and it fails if the previous command fails, it gives the value of non-zero number, any non-zero number. Um, so another thing, when I talked about dollar, let me talk about some more special variables that can be used in a shell actually. So the way we saw dollar question mark is a special variable. Similarly, there are some more variables which can be used. So if you want to know the current process ID of the shell, sometimes we have to keep some loggings when we run the scripts, okay, which do some critical project. So to know the process ID of your shell, it would be echo so dollar dollar. It will give you the current PID. So ps hyphen eaf. I can grep it and see what the status. 2449. So you can see 2449 is a bash. So my current bash script is process is 2449. So you can get the process ID. Um, important one here is like dollar hash. So we will learn about this when we work with shell scripts and when we pass variables at the time of running the script to the script command line variables. So if there are some command line variables and I want to identify the command line variables, so echo echo dollar hash will give me what is the number of arguments passed to the command. So right now there is 0. But for example, if I say dot slash my first script and I pass some random variable where 1, where 2, where 3, and I pipe it to echo dollar hash, this won't work because I need to run this from within the script actually. So vi my first script dot bash open echo total command line variables passed dollar hash. Okay, so let's run this now again. Slash my first. So there is 0, but if I say where 1, it says 1. If I say where 2, it says so where. If I pass 3 different variables, I get total number of variables passed 3. Now to use this concept, I'll create a simple shell script which will take two variables from the shell script, from the command line, and add them. Okay, so vi my first shell script Let me add two numbers here. So expr and dollar one. So dollar one will be the first variable passed on the command line plus dollar two. This will be the second variable passed on the command line. Okay. So if I run this shell script again with 1020, it gave me the answer dollar one plus dollar two, and it says total command line variable passed were two. These are some special variables of shell. You should remember the variables: dollar question mark for exit status, dollar hash for the number of variables passed, and dollar dollar for the process ID of the shell, and then dollar one till dollar n whatever number you pass, which is the value of the variable you are passing. So dollar one means first variable passed at the command line, dollar two means second variable passed at the command line. Uh, Let me talk about the read statements. Now this is while when passing variables at the command line. How about when I want to pass my variables by entering them manually? Okay, so here my first shell script bash. So let me change it to shift. Yes. So let's say echo please add first number, and then read is used to read the numbers, say num1, and then do 2 by y to copy, and come here and put p to paste. Let me add second number and variable is num2, and I'll change here to dollar num1 and dollar num2. Not going to pass any variables to shell, so let me just remove this line. Check dot slash my first shell script. So it's asking the number. So let's say 10, 20, and the answer is 30. So read command is used to fetch a value from terminal. So read, after read you have to give a variable name. So the format is read and then the variable name. Once you whatever variable name you give will fetch the value when you enter from the terminal.